Hey, good morning.
Good morning, wise man.
Hey, somebody else did their homework. Wow, that's 2 people out of about 100. That's good stuff. Want to first of all say that I'm a Florida fan, University of Florida.
Really?
And I've been down to the Glass Bottom boat, so I'm familiar with you guys as part of the country.
Springs. All right, cool. We're glad to hear that.
Thank you.
Howard Wasdin, a pleasure to talk with you. You are the author of SEAL Team 6, Memoirs of an Elite Navy SEAL Sniper, and my Marine son is trembling and did tremble when he met you guys. He said, Dad, those are the only guys I'm afraid of.
I will tell your son I said thank you for his service, and we consider all people in the military part of our team. It's not just about us, and those guys that did this op feel the same way, I promise you. Basically, in the book, you guys will be surprised. It's not all about, hey, look at me, I was a Navy SEAL. It's not a chest thumper. It's about, you'll see it's a human interest story. I've upset my mom and one of my sisters by being brutally honest in the book, but it's human interest, and it's about overcoming adversity, guys, and that's what it's all about, overcoming adversity, not becoming a statistic, and still trying to do something good with your life, and it gives you the mindset of what it takes to be a Navy SEAL.
Howard, how's your health today? How are your legs?
Pretty good. You know, I got into a conversation with somebody on television, and I told him, you know, I'm an old 49, and the lady's like, well, I'm 50, so that makes me, you know, I don't like that. I'm like, well, you know, that's 49 in SEAL years. It's the miles. My legs are good most days, Barry. Thanks for asking. You know, I run my chiropractic practice in Jessup. Some days going from room to room. I'll have to stop and take a break and stretch out a little bit, but you know, got my good days and bad days, and I can always tell you when it's going to rain, pal.
Howard, you had a pretty tough time of it in Mogadishu. Tell us a little bit about that, would you?
Keep in mind, too, I had one bad day in Mogadishu. We did a lot of good stuff before the one day, but the one day, the whole Black Hawk Down day, I was shot 3 times by enemy fire, AK-47, which was basically a career ender. It was a tough time. As tough as anything, though, was not just worrying about whether my leg was going to be amputated, but wondering if I was going to be able to be a team guy again. In 1995, in November, I basically pulled myself from the game. I realized that I wasn't where I needed to be. I wasn't contributing as well as I used to, and it was time to move on and redefine myself.
What do you think was in the minds of those Navy SEALs when they walked in to the palace of Bin Laden's room? Yeah.
I can tell you exactly what was in their minds, and it's not what you think, probably.
Really?
It wasn't. Hey, let's go kill this guy. It was a second-to-second mindset. The helicopter is hovering now. I'm kicking the rope now. I'm going down the rope now. I'm holding security. It's step-to-step, room by room, dealing with what you have to encounter in the room. You know, is there a booger eater in the room? You know, a small child that's going to run up. Get him out of the way. Is there unarmed women? So you're dealing with that on a second-to-second encounter, and then still advancing your team, doing the CQB, the close quarters battle throughout the house. And these guys obviously did a fantastic job I've never heard of, and I've never been involved in an op that went that smoothly. So, you know, my hat's off to them.
How long do you think they were training beforehand before they did it?
Years. Yeah. Literally years in the making.
What do you think is going through the mind of the guy that actually shot Bin Laden?
I'm sure he's very happy, but he doesn't want everybody else to bring him out in the open and congratulate him, et cetera, et cetera. He wants to get his equipment prepped back up again, and I guarantee you he wants to go back out on the next op to get whoever went from number 2 to number 1 on the most wanted. And he's spending no time worrying about who's already gone.
No downtime.
Which is why we should spend no time on these pictures. Those pictures, we don't care if you want to see pictures. We're not going to give you the satisfaction of seeing the pictures. The only caveat to that I was at Ground Zero a couple nights ago, still got a lump in my throat about it. If there's any family members that want to see those pictures that need that closure, open it up to them. But the rest of the world, we're sorry. He's dead. It's time for them to be afraid of us, and if you want to see the body, we'll give you the latitude and longitude where we dumped it. Feel free to go dive.
God bless America.
An absolute pleasure and an honor to talk with Howard Wasdin, author of the book SEAL Team 6, Memoirs of an Elite Navy SEAL Sniper. And Hunter, remind me never to get into a gunfight with this guy. He's one of the best snipers on our planet.
All right, guys. God bless our troops.